It's the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyzEntertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by a very special guest, Dave Brink. How's it going, man?
Hi.
How are you? Can you still hear me?
Yes. Wait a minute. I have on echo. There we go. Now it's off.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say we were hearing each other just fine in the back room.
Yeah.
I was going, what just suddenly happened?
I don't know. I think I had the YouTube channel on, so, and I have like 3 monitors, and I had to find it. So
yeah, having StreamYards and the YouTube stream up at the same time does lead to echoing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's my lesson today.
So welcome to the show. We've been trying to get you on for quite some time, and as we were discussing, our schedules just didn't jive, and we weren't able to make it happen till today. At last. Madanui, welcome. Madanui says, I'm not going to sleep through this one.
You can watch it later. No worries.
No, you got to watch it now. Now I say. Since this is your first time on the channel, I wonder if you'd care to share with us your quote-unquote origin story. So basically, how did you grow up? What were you into? Was it like comics, toys, cartoons, movies, comic books? And what were the key milestones in your life that ultimately led you down this road to eventually one day releasing your own crowdfunded books?
Wow, that's a long story. But you have a 2-hour stream, right?
Yep.
No, let me see. I was born in the 70s, so, and I think as a child I enjoyed drawing, and I read comics already because we have a little publisher in the Netherlands that translated Marvel comics and DC comics. So I was raised with books like Spider-Man and Batman and Fantastic Four, and I always loved those. And I especially began collecting them in the 80s through the 90s. And when I was in high school, I decided this was what I wanted to do. So I got together with a few other students, and we decided to give it a shot, and we created Genuine Comics, and we made a few comics in Dutch. Of course, it was all low print, and it was local, so it was nothing special, but we tried it. And then after 6 or 7 years, it kind of fell apart, and I lost a bit of interest in comic creation. And I came back about 6 years ago, I think, and I thought I'd try the American market. So, and do it right, because back then I didn't have the resources. So now I could do it on larger scale, And so I started networking with people in the industry and indie comics, and slowly built up from there. So
Wow.
this book right now is because I started my first global release was in 2015 with the title called Earthling.
What? Say it. What is the title?
Earthling.
Earthling. Okay.
Yeah, and I funded that through Kickstarter.
Oh.
Yeah, and that had 3 sequels. We're working on the 4th now.
Oh my gosh.
And meanwhile, I branched out to other titles. So now we have Dreamgirl Sleeper Agent. I published Ajax Awakening, and Perfect 10 is the latest title. And Perfect 10 is the first title that I brought over to Indiegogo.
So your campaigns were successful on Kickstarter because it led to 4 issues already, or?
Yeah, I only put 2 issues on Kickstarter.
All right.
So the rest was out of pocket, paid. So.
And then, okay, all right. So how did you end up advertising, promoting, distributing the other 2 issues?
I had a store on Etsy.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, and I put a few on a website called Indie Planet.
Indie. Huh.
Yeah, it's a great site. It has a wide range of indie comics, and it's print on demand. So people put in on order, and it gets printed and sent. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, it works well. But if you want to go bigger, then you need to go your own way. So that's when I decided, let's go Indiegogo.
So Indie Planet is print on demand?
Yes.
So they serve as your fulfillment company?
Yeah, you could say that. They don't have anything to do with my current books. So it's just they have their own store. You put your book there. People can place on order. It's just on a web store for indie comics. And they print it and they send it out, and I get a little bit of money from it. That's it, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Like with a lot of print on demand sites, it's like you set, they tell you how much they'll charge for their services, and then you add a markup, and then that's your retail price.
Yeah.
So are you, ever since you had that experience, when you came to Indiegogo, did you decide, well, is this like a way, an opportunity to like stop going out of pocket on everything?
Yeah, that wasn't viable in the long term. You know, it didn't sell enough, and I have to make sure that people see me. And if my books get onto a web store, that's great. But it's far more effective to interact with your audience directly. People can see you, and they know what you're about, and your passion and the work you put into it. And I could not continue the way I was doing it. It wasn't possible. So I had to go back to crowdfunding, and I didn't want to go back to Kickstarter. So I checked out Indiegogo, and the first campaign for Perfect 10 issue 1. It was wonderful. It was great, and the only reason I'm still doing Perfect 10 right now is because that one was a success.
How far did it get in terms of funding on issue 1?
We reached about $9,000.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Especially for your first Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah.
What was the motivating? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just said it was amazing. The comic community really helped. Someone told me go on Twitter, so I went on Twitter and suddenly it blew up. So it was like the last week of the campaign. I didn't think I would make it, and the last week, it just went nuts. So yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Definitely a good looking book. What was the motivating factor or the reasoning behind switching from Kickstarter to Indiegogo?
Yeah, Kickstarter got a little bit too political for my tastes. I heard about people that got either shadow banned or not accepted because of stupid politics, and I am against censorship. I think in creative fields you should be free to make whatever you want and let the customer decide what they like. So Indiegogo was the free platform. I just didn't want to promote Kickstarter anymore. It was more out of solidarity with the creators that weren't accepted there, because I personally had no problems with Kickstarter. There was other people, and I'm a creator, so I know if this creator is censored, that affects me too, So
probably kind of a sense of if they shadow ban or took down this creator, then does that mean I'm next? Kind of.
Well, yeah, but even if I'm not next, I fight for other people too. I want other people to be free, just as I want to be free to make whatever I want and to buy whatever I want. So Indiegogo is the only way right now.
And with Genuine Comics is your imprint, right?
Yes.
Your brand, your company. Do you have any of your original classmates you started with?
I'm still I still have contact with them, but I'm the only one who's still actively producing comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I back then I was the most active too, the most enthusiastic. I was the one who initiated it, and when it fell apart, it basically meant the end for that era of Genuine Comics. So what I did in 2015 was a sort of rebrand. So I can still print the old comics if I want to. Everything that's created back then, I can still use.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Was it one of those things where when you first started Genuine Comics, you guys were gearing up to be kind of like an Image Comics?
Yeah, man. That was the big influence. You see these guys do it, and we were young and we were arrogant and we had a little bit of talent, and we thought, hey, maybe we can do that on a smaller scale. But there's a lot to it, man, and we had other things going on. Life happens, and we weren't professionals. No one knew us, so it didn't quite work out as we hoped.
As you go from Perfect 10 issue 1 to Perfect 10 issue 2, are there particular takeaways from the first campaign or lessons learned that you encountered?
Yeah, I was completely new to Indiegogo, so there were a lot of things I wasn't aware of. I launched too soon. For instance, I didn't have a pre-launch page, which was a mistake. things like feature tires, stuff like that. I learned some things, and after that campaign, my network grew with other people in the comics, and they give me some tips. So the next one will go smoother. Yeah.
Awesome. Are you planning on self-fulfilling, or are you hire fulfillment?
No, I do self-fulfilling. The last campaign we did self-fulfill. It takes a little while, but everyone gets that personal touch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because people can also order signed books. So I want to see every book, what the quality is before I ship it off.
Oh, good. Yeah. Quality control is definitely key.
Yeah, if someone else handles the packaging and shipping, I'd always be worried that things don't go the way I'd like to, you know. So I want as much control as possible, and right now it's still doable, you know, with a few hundred backers, it's still doable. So
yeah, and it allows you to respond quicker to potential issues.
oh yeah, when people tell me they haven't received the books or it's damaged, then I just ship them a new one, no problem, you know. So there's no one between me and the customer.
Exactly. That's true. You're already on issue 2. How many? Well, I guess rewinding a little bit. How long was Perfect 10 in the making? How long did it take to conceive and actually write the story for Perfect 10?
Yeah, the original concept was from the 90s. That was from back when I first began to create comics. I had a lot of concepts, and it has been laying around for 25 years. And when I got in touch with Pau, the artist, we decided that this was the book that we wanted to make. So I dusted that one off, and I began to write it, so script it, and we made designs, everything, the entire process from making the plan to make the book until the book was finished was 2 years. It took me an entire year to do the script, to get it right, to get the story right. So it took time, but the result was awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. Nefarious says, art looks good.
Oh, thanks.
So, are you like a jack of all trades? Like, are you both a storyteller, the artist, inker, colorist, letterer, and editor?
I'm the creator, I'm the writer, and I do all the marketing. But I hired Paul Rodrigues to do the art, because he can draw much better than I can, and he has that specific style that I was looking for. And Paul Rodrigues brought in the colorist. So the colorist, I had never heard of him before, Daniel Rodriguez.
Okay.
So he did a test page for the first book, and it was phenomenal. So I told him, yeah, man, you're hired. So and the same team is now working on issue 2, and we'll be working on the next issues. So we're all dedicated on this title now.
Nice. Nefarious says, gotta run an add-on for Perfect 10 #1.
Woo! Gonna run an add-on for Perfect 10 #1. Cool.
Yeah, somehow I think this missed my radar, and I don't I was trying to find some evidence that I backed the first campaign, but I'm not seeing it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's cool. You get a second chance, man.
Awesome. Awesome. That's what I was hoping for, because I definitely don't want to screw up again. You probably heard this numerous times, but it's like one of those things where even though I decided to become a promoter a year and 4 months ago, I started realizing quite early on that there were so many campaigns I was having trouble keeping track of them myself.
Yeah, I have the same problem. Yeah.
Yeah, so things miss my radar quite often, unfortunately. Yeah, so I rely on other promoters to get me hit to some of the latest projects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot out there.
Yeah. All right. So I guess he rephrased it. Will you offer Perfect 10 #1 as an add-on in the second campaign?
Yes, there will be a tire with both books.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're in the same boat. We both missed the first issue. Yeah, in some cases there have been books where I've seen it after the fact and you'd already fulfilled them. In your case, you already fulfilled and all that good stuff, and the campaign was closed. And I'm like, what the heck? How did I miss this? Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was also due to me. To the first time being on Indiegogo and not knowing enough people that used that platform mostly. So I think I come from a better starting position this time.
Yeah. As long as you keep growing and learning from your
Thanks, Nefarious.
Absolutely. Heck yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a good looking book for sure. Kina's like, dang it, WyzGyz, you never stop streaming.
Yeah, you're busy, man.
Oh man, yeah, I do a lot of streaming for sure.
Did you also have a stream with Michael Odin this morning?
Was
no mistake?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Wow.
And let's see here. Hail, everyone. If you haven't already, definitely consider get in on the sign-up list, because this is definitely a killer bonus. Get on the sign-up list so you get all the updates, and so you get wind of when they go live, when the book goes live. So by the time this book does go live, will you have taken the full 6 months of pre-launch, or are you going to go sooner?
No, it's slated for March 1st.
March 1st.
Yeah, and the reason is I asked you about Michael Odin. He has his own book, The Embrace, which is now in pre-launch 2. Yeah. And we got together to do some sort of cross promotion. So we launch at the same day.
Ooh, wow.
And people who back both Perfect 10 and The Embrace will get a free exclusive print, some crossover art.
Oh man, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. And Ross Leach is going to draw it. So
oh, cool.
Great.
Yeah, he's a good artist.
Yeah.
So are you guys where are you guys doing the launch? I mean, I presume if you've already decided to do a co-ed kind of thing, that you are launching on a certain channel.
Yeah, we haven't got that plan yet. So we do know we want to do something together on launch day, but we don't know where. So that's still up in the air. We don't know.
Okay. All right. I was just curious.
Sure.
You know, if you guys are interested, I'll throw my hat in the ring and offer.
All right, man.
Of
Put you
course,
on the list.
by all means, if you guys find another channel, particularly a bigger one than mine, I say more power to you. Go for where the money is and go for where the audience is for sure. But I'll throw I'll offer my channel as
We'd
well.
love to get here too, man. Sure.
Yeah, but
The campaign will run for 30 days, so in between we can work something out.
heck yeah, absolutely, and definitely promote both of your guys' books because they both look awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
So, are you looking to? Are you going to take the method where you fund for 30, then extend for another 30, and then go in demand?
I would like to go in demand. I'm not sure if I'll extend. I don't know. I think these 30 days are nice and tight, and I'd love to get the book out as soon as possible.
All right.
So I think I might stick to the 30 days, but you never know. So
Yeah,
I didn't even know that option existed with my first campaign. Someone told me because I was running out of time, and someone told me you have to extend and get on Twitter. So I did that, and that saved the entire campaign.
Did you end up doing? Did you do with Perfect 10 issue 1, 30 days of funding, extending to 30 days?
Yeah, with issue 1, yeah, we did that.
And did you end up ending it after that, or did you actually have an in-demand period as well?
There was a short in-demand period. I'm not sure how long. I think 3 weeks or something.
Well, that is short, yeah.
Because orders kept coming in, and I had them printed. And at some point, I was afraid that I was going to run out. So I thought I'm going to stop it here.
Oh, okay, all right.
While it's still manageable, and then for the second campaign, people can place new orders.
All right. Nefarious says 30 days. Respect. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those. Well, you know, I'm not in your shoes yet, so I can only imagine what I might be like in a similar situation. But I'm of the mindset that when I eventually do a campaign, that I'll do the first 30, extend for another 30, and then go in demand, and leave in demand open as long as people are still backing, then keep it open as like a quote unquote online store.
Yeah,
like some people do. I mean, props to people like John Malin who do the 60 days and then cut it off right then and there. And man, I'm not the type to take all these already printed issues and throw them in a bonfire.
yeah, that's yeah.
To maintain the scarcity. I mean, I see why he does it, but I you know, just like with food, I hate to see things go to waste.
Oh yeah, man, I couldn't imagine burning my own comics.
Yeah.
I would cry.
I would like keep it in the family before I consider burning it.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. So we've got this.
Oh, you got it there. Awesome.
Cool looking project here. Perfect 10, issue 2. Did you find it pretty easy to find an artist that matched what your vision was?
No, I already knew how. I talked with him before, and he did some promotional work for other books. So we did work together for little things, and I already told him I want to work with you someday on an actual comic, because I love his art style. It's bright, and it's I don't know, man, it's fantastic. And I knew this project was the perfect project. So basically, I knew he was the guy to do this. I didn't really have to look for an artist for this comic. So that was pretty easy. Sometimes I do need to look for the perfect artist, but not this time. I already had him.
Right on. This throws me back to the comics I enjoyed back in the day when I was actively collecting. You know, because it kind of reminds me of titles like Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Dazzler, those kinds of books. That's the kind of stuff I collected. Besides, you know, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Excuse me. So the bright colors.
Yeah, it's more. I think the influence is more. I was a complete fan of the series Invincible, and I wanted to make a book that had the same kind of brightness and energy, and just colorful. You know, this is it. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, it's escapism, so it's got to have some fun element to it.
Yeah, every page is a little masterpiece. It's phenomenal. You turn the page and you can enjoy the art without reading the story. So you keep coming back. You read it over and over again just because it looks great.
Yeah.
That's important in comic books, man. It's a visual medium.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to read a book, you can just grab a book, you know. But with comics, you have to make sure it looks the part. It looks great.
Yeah, that's important. Now, the project that you had on Kickstarter, did you say it was called Earthling?
Yes.
Do you envision bringing that back at a future time, like maybe combine it all into one graphic novel volume and releasing it either as a crowdfunder or as an add-on to an existing project?
Okay, well, there are 4 issues out already of Earthling, and people can get these books as well. So I have those in stock. So with this campaign, there will be add-on options, and people can add other comics.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Are Earthling and Perfect 10 in the same universe?
Yes, it's all one big universe. Yeah.
Ah, you thought ahead. All right. So Perfect 10 issue 2 has more intrigue, more action, more pages.
And people want more. No, we get more.
More. Nom, nom, nom. Sign up for free exclusive print and a digital mini comic. That's pretty sweet.
Yes, sir.
Is the digital mini comic kind of like maybe a prequel to Perfect 10, or
no? This is one of the this is one of the comics that I drew myself back in the 90s.
Oh,
because originally I wanted to be a comic artist, you know, and so I did a few short comics, very, very short, and just for the practice and the storytelling, and so this one I decided to put together in a digital package, and people can get that one for free. I translate it to English, and people can get that for free. It's just a little extra, and I won't be printing it or selling it any other way. So it's only available during this campaign.
Oh, all right, nice. So this is looking real cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Perfect 10 meets American Bliss. This masterpiece by Clayton Barton will only be available during this campaign. Don't miss the chance to grab it. So now, what property or IP is American Bliss from?
American Bliss is also a character of ours. She's new. With the launch of Perfect 10 issue 2, there will also be a second new book. That's an anthology book, and it has 3 shorter stories. And one of the stories is American Bliss.
Oh wow!
That's to introduce the new characters. And this is a print that people can get for free if they buy both new books. So if they buy Perfect 10 issue 2 plus the new anthology book, they will get this print with it.
Added to combo purchase of Perfect 10 number 2 and Power Trip number 1.
Yeah. I can try and find a better quality for you.
Perfect 10 and American Bliss are... Oh, copyright and trademark. Okay.
Well, you read everything.
I was trying to figure out what I might be missing. But this looks really good. I love this image.
Yeah.
Exclusive print. How big is the print?
I'm not sure. In inches, I think.
Is it about
it's about comic book size. Yeah.
All right. All right. Right on. Welcome, Daniel. Hail. Hail, chat. Hail, GameStop. GameStonk. Man, this is...
Okay, I can...
you said about the same size as an American comic?
Which one? Sorry?
The print? Were you saying that it's about the size of an American comic?
Yes, yeah. It's all American format.
So, okay. All right, nice.
I can show you this one in better quality.
Oh, yeah, please do. Go for it.
If you like. Share screen, this one. Share.
Yeah, anything you feel like sharing, absolutely.
Right, there it is.
Holy cow, this is cool.
So look at those colors. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's real nice.
I love those bright colors, and Clayton usually has a style in which he does crotch hatching a lot, and he didn't do that here. He wanted to make the colors pop, so give the colorist room to work, and it shows, man. It's great.
Yeah, no doubt.
So people can get that one for free. Yay!
Absolutely. Sweet. Looks amazing, Dave. Love the art.
Oh, thanks, Daniel.
Hot fire.
Fire.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. Exclusive free pre-launch freebies. Everyone who signs up to this pre-launch campaign receives a mystery Perfect 10 print with their order and the Indiegogo exclusive digital mini comic Pure of Heart, drawn by Dave Brink.
Yeah, the mystery print. I put up a poll a while ago on Twitter if people who signed up to the pre-launch page wanted to see the pinup beforehand, or if they wanted to be a surprise. And most people chose the surprise, so I won't show it. So people will see it when they get it in the mail.
Nice. There's Pure of Heart.
Yeah, it's in black and white, by the way. It's we weren't that adept with colors back then, so but it looks great in black and white.
Very cool. That is neat. Excuse me. Come on, sign up for the pre-launch and get the freebies, people. It's a no-brainer, no doubt.
Yeah.
I like this. This is it almost reminds me of that style of I don't know if you're familiar with Dirty Pair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that.
Oh really?
It's
So
like,
you mean Perfect 10, or you mean the
no, I mean this Pure of Heart.
all right, yeah. Well, it was my my attempt to draw in manga style. And this was the best I could do. It's a specific style. It's pretty difficult to really copy if you're not used to it.
Well, it's
But
good.
again,
I like it.
yeah, I tried. But I was very young when I drew that. I was about 19.
Oh my gosh, really? Dang.
So it's very old. It's one of the first comics I ever did.
Pretty darn good for 19. What did this ever get further than a single issue? Did you do any?
No, it didn't even get past this is more like a promo comic, like a concept comic.
All right.
And we had plans to make it a series, but that never came to fruition.
Do you have the rights to?
Yeah, it's my creation. Yeah.
Second.
The rights to?
To Pure of Heart, if you wanted to bring it back. And
well, it's my creation, and I haven't really checked if the title was already used. I didn't. That didn't really concern me back then, so I don't know. But I don't think I will be bringing this specific IP back. For the simple reason that I have so many concepts now, and I have to pick the best ones or the most viable ones for the long term,
Yeah.
So I'm focusing right now on Perfect 10 for this book and the coming issues, and have some books planned for after that.
Wow.
And meanwhile, Earthling continues also.
Oh.
So we have plenty of stuff to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be busy there. Nefarious says, like an ash can. Welcome, Eric. Hey, peeps.
Hello, Eric.
One more question about Pure of Heart. When you wrote that, and produced it, was it designed to read like a manga, where you start at the back and read to the front? Okay.
No, not really. I didn't really read actual manga back then. More like the what's his name, Adam Warren, like those kind of comics, American style manga and or reprints like that. I wasn't really used to the style the actual manga is supposed to read in. So.
Okay, all right. So you basically designed it much like a Western or European.
Yeah. So.
Cool. And then you got a couple interiors, right? More villains.
Yes. But that's the cool thing about the Perfect 10 book. I can throw every villain at her.
Yeah.
And we have so many. We have so many villains.
More heroes.
Yeah, it's Perfect 10 is a great title to introduce readers to the world, because you see it through Perfect 10, and she's basically new in this universe. Everything is new to her. So it's like a stand-in for the reader. So you can slowly bring in new villains and new heroes, and it won't get confusing.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
So if you're introducing so many characters, do you, as a writer, find it challenging to, dedicate enough time to each of these new heroes and villains so that the reader gets a sense of at least a portion of their backstory?
If their backstory is important to the story, then the reader will know about it, and I will find ways to bring it in an organic manner, not forced. But sometimes a character doesn't need to be explained fully yet. It doesn't serve the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to balance that out, and I focus mostly on two main characters, and the rest is surrounds them, and you can follow them in their own books when they come out. So it's not necessary that I show everything yet.
Cool.
For instance, this team you see here on the right side, I just told you about the anthology book that's coming out, and one of the short stories is about this team. So if you buy Perfect 10 issue 2 and you buy the anthology comic, then you learn more about the characters you see here. But for the story in Perfect 10, they do what they need to do, and that's it basically.
Nice.
And there are a few more pieces of art on the Indiegogo page. Indiegogo posted my campaign today on their site.
And it's your portion is live. You can we can actually see it here.
Oh. All right. Yeah. And technology, man, it's amazing. Oh, there it is. There it is in the center.
Where did it go? I'm staring right at it, aren't I? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm still trying to get used to the interface.
All right.
Elevator pitch. Driven by guilt over a past she can't remember, a former assassin is determined to choose her own path, even if it leads to a group of super-powered murderers who want her dead.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Yeah. Synopsis. Created to be a killer, an artificial human chooses to go her own way and be a hero instead. But enemies from a past she can't remember won't stop chasing her until she's dead. Brink Rodriguez.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a dynamic action shot.
Oh man, that cover is so great. I'm so proud of that.
And let's see over here. Wait, so does this?
You can enlarge those if you click on it.
Oops. All right, so let's start with one of them.
Bam.
Oh.
This is a random page from the book, so this is the quality you get.
Wow, that's looking good.
These pages are also lettered right now, so it's but I presented them here without the lettering.
Yep.
Just so you can see the art full, and that none of the story is spoiled.
Nice.
It's great, man. These some characters I created way back in the 90s, you know, and finally I see them coming to life in comic form. That's just so great.
Man, that looks good.
And those colors, man, it's just, I told them I want this book to be colorful, and they delivered. It's fantastic.
You know it.
But it is brutal, you know. It looks, it's a bit in the same in the same you have the same vein with Invincible. It looks bright, but it can be very brutal, you know. And that's the same here. So
Yeah, that's a good cover.
yeah, man, I'm very proud of it. So we're still working on pages. So we still have a lot of work to do, but we'll get it done. So when the campaign launches, the book should be done.
Very cool. So it says launch date is March 1st.
Yes.
That's when you're going live. Okay.
Yeah, together with Michael Oden's The Embrace.
Nice.
I first planned for a February release date, but I pushed it back a little bit, and he was planning for mid-March, and he pushed it back forward. So we met somewhere in between. So we picked March 1st.
All right. 3-1.
Yeah, man.
Let's see.
And if you haven't read the first issue yet, then because people told me, yeah, the first issue it's great, but it ends too early, you know. But issue 2 starts immediately where issue 1 ended, so people can read it in one go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks real cool. Let's see. Oops. Oh, I opened it in a new tab. Sign up for Perfect 10 issue 2's early sign up on the pre-launch. Get on the mailing list. That'll get you the chance to get a free exclusive print, which is this one on the left side, where Perfect 10 meets American Bliss. And then you also get the mystery Perfect 10 print with your order, as well as the Indiegogo exclusive digital mini comic that we see here on the right, Pure of Heart, drawn by Dave Brink.
Yep.
So right now it's just get on the mailing list, so you keep getting updated. Thanks so much, Nefarious, for stopping in. I got to bounce all, but you should all sign up for Perfect 10 to get the free swag. Yep.
Hey, bye, Nefarious.
Most definitely. So with this campaign, are you all right? So you're gonna give the 30-day funding a go, and you're gonna see how that plays out. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but I feel that the extended 30 days is mostly meant to help you out when you have trouble reaching your goal. So if we reach the goal within the 30 days, then perhaps the extension is not necessary, you know. So that's the goal, but you never know, you know. It's what I prefer.
And then, of course, there's those people who decide to do like a 60-day, as an example, a 60-day straight through campaign.
Yeah.
So that's another option, or less than that.
It's stressful, man. These campaigns are stressful and nerve-wracking, and 30 days it costs so much energy. So when you have to double that, it's amazing.
So, I can only imagine. One of these days I'll be in your shoes.
Oh yeah, man. I hope so.
Relate to what you're going through. But yeah, I mean, it is more work you're putting into it, and more promotion and more updates. At the same time, I think it's cool because you have an opportunity to take advantage of the highs and lows of the crowdfunding scenario.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah. So based on what I've seen, it seems like if you do happen to do 230 30-day rounds of funding, then it's like you hit the peak when you go live, then it kind of settles down some, and then you hit another peak as you the close of the first 30. Then you get another potential peak at the start of the second 30, slows down again, another peak at 30.
Yeah, I know.
And then if you opt to go in demand and maintain an online store, then you can get another bump at the start of the next 30. So that
we'll see.
That is kind of what I'm eventually going to shoot for. I just think it makes the most sense, but everyone to each their own. Do whatever feels right for you in your campaign. I also understand where you're coming from, where you want to get the books produced and out to people ASAP and get it fulfilled. What's cool is that you successfully ran your Perfect 10 Issue 1 campaign, so people have the knowledge, the trust in you that you're going to fulfill. You're not going to leave things dangling. You're not going to not fulfill.
No. And I also don't want to start the campaign before the book is finished. So everyone can see, oh, this is done. This is a done deal. All I have to do is to print and send them out, you know. I think we can do that with Perfect 10 Issue 2. I'm not sure we can do it yet with the anthology book, because we need one more short story to finish. But that's only 8 pages, so it will finish during the campaign anyway. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I like that you've successfully fulfilled a campaign already. So you've got a reputation now for being trustworthy and reliable.
Yeah, you know, I did finish campaigns and deliver books through Kickstarter, but people on Indiegogo, they didn't know me there. So it's like rebranding and starting for a second time. Yeah. Yeah,
it seems like they have their own unique audiences. There's a little bit of bleed over, but for the most part, they have like their own audiences.
Some people, some creators also do like a dual campaign, so like on both platforms. True.
Have you decided yet what you're going to shoot for in terms of a funding goal?
I have to think about that a bit longer. I'm not really sure because I don't want to undersell it, but there is a strategy in where you when you put a low goal and you reach it early and you get on top of the trending
Algorithm.
yeah, exactly. So maybe that's something to think about, to consider. I'm not sure yet.
But like you said, you don't want to undersell yourself either, because you need to make sure that you have the
Yes.
funds to be able to cover the production.
Yeah.
Make sure your
That's right.
time is paid off and all that good stuff. And then you'll have
There is the goal that you put on Indiegogo, and then there's the actual goal, and so I strive to have the actual goal, which could be like 5,000, I don't know, and I put like 2,500 on Indiegogo, so I reach that pretty early, and I keep trending, and then I get to the 5,000 earlier. I'm not sure yet what the best strategy is, honestly.
Yeah. I'm personally not sure either. I mean, I see exactly what you're talking about, and it makes a lot of sense. Would it be a flexible or fixed goal, do you think?
I think flexible. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced I will make the amount I'm asking, but flexible just feels better. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you do fixed, then if it doesn't get funded, heaven forbid, then every backer gets auto refunded by Indiegogo. And then
Right.
Usually people go with flexible if they're going to release the book and fulfill no matter how many backers they get, regardless of whether it gets funded.
Yeah.
They want to get the product out there in people's hands. Welcome, what about? Ahoy, one and all. Welcome. Thanks for hanging with us. Do you have plans on offering, besides the stuff that's already mentioned on the pre-launch page, do you have plans on including any kind of merchandise? Stickers, patches, bookmarks, additional prints, variant covers, T-shirts, anything like that?
I don't think we are big enough yet for T-shirts. I'm not sure people really would like that. I'm not that much of a fan myself of things like stickers and little things. It's fun, but it's not something that actually draws people to your campaign. I think people want the books, but we have been talking about trading cards. So that might be something that we'll do, but we're still in talks about that, and I have to see what's possible. So it has to be fun, and it doesn't have to cost me too much,
Right.
These books are already very expensive to produce, so that's the main thing, and the extras that's I have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have some time to think about it too. Speaking for myself, I happen to be a big fan of merch. And
Yeah.
I love T-shirts. I love trading cards. I love sketch cards. So those are things I'd be a fan of. Have you plotted out yet what your different tiers are going to be?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Most
of them. There will be probably a few that I don't know yet, but the basic ones I do know. Yeah.
Do you plan on having any tier involving allowing a backer to get drawn into the book?
No, not yet. No, it might be cool. Yeah, might be cool. I'm not sure. Could be. Would something like that interest you?
It would. I mean, I'm into that kind of stuff. A number of campaigns have included it, and there's a couple ways to approach it. Either you take all right, one example of a draw-in tier done on a campaign is Tilt, the Tilt series by Doc Hogg. And that's where you have a tier in your current campaign to draw in a person, but they don't get drawn in until the next issue.
Yeah.
And then you've got another example, Grim Reaper from White Cat Comics. You get drawn in to the same book that the campaign is running.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it kind of depends on, how you lay out your campaign and how much of it's already done versus, if you plan ahead to, all right, so this character, we've got some leeway. We can plug in a backer with their likeness. So it kind of depends on your preference, how involved you want it to be. Then you've got another example is issues. I think they're in demand right now, issues, where if you get drawn into the book, you're going to be drawn into the existing issue, and they've already laid out specific characters who they can plug people into. Right. And you've got options where you can have a speaking role, you can have a little bit of dialogue, a little more than just a cameo being a background character.
Yeah.
But then
I had that in Earthling issue 2. So for Earthling issue 1, there was the option to buy the book and you get a cameo role in issue 2. But I had not laid out issue 2 yet. So when it came to it, I had to write these people in. So there were a few people who wanted to be in, and I had to put them in somehow, and it was very tricky. I found it to be difficult, and I think when I read the comics now, that those scenes stand out because you can see this is drawn after someone. This is someone's likeness, in a comic book, so you can tell. And some of these scenes are a bit forced because they need to be in there. So it's not something I'm eager to do again, unless I already know it can fit the story. So when I know the story beforehand,
right.
I might do it. But then again, the issue arises that you can see that these characters are based on real people, and it can draw people out of the story.
True.
So yeah.
Yeah, you want it to be organic. If you can, if you can make it organic and flow with the story and make it work, then by all means, it makes sense. Like you said, the last thing you want is for them to be taken out of the story because it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, and Perfect 10 is not the right franchise for that anyway. I think because the storytelling is really condensed and every panel matters. So when I put extra stuff in because people paid for it, it would disrupt the flow.
So makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to say that with also with issues, what made it interesting particularly is one of the tiers was you could be one of the villains that the heroes fight.
Yeah.
And you kind of work with the creators to develop, the backstory, the character's name, and of course there's no guarantee that you're going to survive till the next book in the series, but there's also a chance that you might, depending on how they write it.
Exactly.
And then one of the things I also like about what Issues is doing is Issues number one, if you have like a speaking role or something, you ultimately have the opportunity to become one of the citizens in the city depicted in the book. So you become a resident. So you might own a coffee shop, for example.
All right, cool.
And then the heroes and villains will have this big old battle, and they might smash through your coffee shop, and you might see a glimpse of your character in there, going, "What the heck happened? Now I have to get a loan to restart my business," or something like that,
Yeah.
And then with books like Tilt, the tiers allow you to choose how you get killed.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
how your characters ended.
Okay, yeah. Well, if the franchise lends itself for that, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as you pointed out, it has to fit with your brand, your story, your book, your IP. So yeah, absolutely. Do you anticipate that? I mean, all right, let's jump into the future. Assume that you'll be fully funded. I actually have no doubts that you will. I fully expect your book to fund easily and perform well, like the first one. Are you looking to have a similar in-demand phase where you only have it open in demand for like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks? Well,
yeah, I'm not sure yet. I have to think about that. I think last time I ended it because I was worried that I was running out of books and had to do a reprint. So if I have a bigger print order this time, maybe the what's it called? That can take a bit longer. I'm not sure yet.
Gotcha. Speaking of that, I imagine you've done this on your previous campaigns, but are you thinking about overprinting a little bit more this time around?
Yeah, I already overprinted last time, but it's better in the long term, because when I print books now, I can sell them the next time as well. So I have to keep my stock. So yeah, I print more than people order. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, not only do you need enough to cover replacements if they get damaged in mailing or lost, but also, like some creators, they like to have a small stash to keep in the family, part of their legacy.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
And others want to be able to sell them in the aftermarket, like on eBay or Etsy or Amazon, through other channels. And then, of course, a portion of it would likely be used in future campaigns to help those who came in on your campaign late and want to catch up on the story and be able to acquire those back issues from you.
You also have to take into consideration misprints or things that don't look right. And I figure about 10%, just keep it safe, 10% about what you order are books that are a little bit nudged or have some printing mistakes on them or something. So
the imperfects.
yeah, the imperfects. Yeah, exactly.
And then even if you end up with extras and you also have a bunch of imperfects, you could do something similar to what they did on the Flying Fortress campaign.
Yeah.
And release a specific campaign of the imperfects.
The battle damaged books.
Yeah.
Those were.
Yep. Exactly.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant, man.
It was a great idea, and I'm pretty sure he sold all of them.
And it fits the theme too. You know, it was like a war theme, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, phenomenal.
And what was interesting about it is, I received mine, and because I came in on his campaign late too. So had it not been for the battle damage campaign, I probably would have missed it completely. Okay, but I received it, and it was like hardly damaged at all. It was like, I was kind of expecting more damage, please.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you could still beat it up, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I was quite pleased with the result, and but it also is testament to the creator and their desire for equality.
Yeah.
So that
you want your books to arrive flawlessly. So,
exactly, and I appreciate that, and I respect it.
Because people pay a lot of money for that, man. It's not only the book, but it's also the shipping costs and all. And you have to respect the customer. You know, they support you and they're the ones you do it for. So you better make sure the book they get is in perfect condition.
How many pages is issue 2?
28 sequential pages, and it has some backup material like pinups and art, and so it's 36 in total.
36 in total. All right. Are you looking to make this floppy with staples or perfect mail?
This is floppy. Yeah, this is floppy. Yeah, it's like the previous issue.
Okay.
But it's quality paper, so it's a bit thicker. You'll notice when you get it, it's sturdy paper. So it's quality, but staple. Yeah.
What is the weight on the paper?
Paul, you asked me something. I'm not sure. I think 350 grams for the cover, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Yeah, I'm European, man. I work in grams. So.
You what? You don't you don't know? Out of curiosity, are any of the so if I'm not mistaken, your books are printed in like U.S. standards?
Yeah. We have the same format. Yeah, so you can put it in your collection with the other U.S. comics.
Are you? Do you have any plans or intention of including some of the, I don't know, other per tier items as A3, A4, European dimensions?
No, because that would require special shipping. We have these boxes now. We couldn't get the Gemini
mailers.
It's hard to get here.
Do you guys use Royal Mail?
Sorry?
Do you guys use Royal Mail?
Royal Mail, no.
Okay, all right.
No. So we can do bigger, ship of bigger things of course, everything is possible, but it changes the formats and the dimensions and postage, and so preferably we keep everything within the small format, within the comic book format.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is your artist traditional, digital, or both?
He does both. He did the first issue completely traditional.
Oh wow!
And we also had one tire that you could buy, original art. For the second issue, he did a few pages digitally. But the pages he thought he could sell are done traditionally.
All right.
So it switches up, but I don't think you will notice when you read the comic. It looks the same.
Wow. The traditional pages, what are the dimensions? I mean, are they like in the US, it's common for people to work traditionally in 11 by 17. And then, of course, when they scan it in, they shrink it down to comic book dimensions.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, I have some here. I think.
Do?
Yeah, but I have to grab it.
Oh, right.
No.
You could temporarily hit the stop cam button.
All right.
Then it'll switch.
Give me a sec.
Yeah. All right.
I'll try and find something for you.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Let's see. Cool. Well, that wasn't too difficult. So I told you, Pau already did work for us for other titles. So for instance, he made this one. This is for a title called Gorgeous and Grotesque.
Oh wow.
Which is not out yet, but we are pre-planning it. And as you can see, this is the size. So if I go back, you can see this is the size he works on.
Okay.
So if you order original art, that's what you get. So you get a second shipment, because I sent the books,
right,
and Pau himself sends the original art to the customer.
Gotcha. Wow, that looks like a cool piece.
Yeah,
I'm already excited for your other project now.
yeah, we have so much going on, man. It's too much, and so I have to be very selective with the titles I'm producing. I can only put so much energy and funds into a specific comic, so it has to be the right one at the right time. So I have this little timeline for the story. So first this needs to happen, then we go to that title, so everything goes smoothly without the necessity for the reader to read everything. It's not necessary, but for my own oversight,
yeah.
I need to have some sort of timeline.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So with Perfect 10, do you envision offering some original art tiers, or are you? This time around?
Definitely. We have people can buy the cover, for instance.
Oh, nice.
The original art for the cover, and there will be a splash page that Pau finished yesterday, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I can't show it. I wish I could, but I can't. It was freaking awesome. But it's a double page spread.
Oh my god.
And that's original art, and people can buy that one too.
Oh man, I love double page spreads.
Yeah, it's always a bit tricky to get them. When I write the book, then I know there has to be a double page reveal. So, and I have to to align that perfectly in the story, that it's, you know, that you get the perfect spread and at the right time.
Uh-huh.
And that can be tricky, but we did it.
Yeah. So you're looking to go live March 1st, 21.
Yeah.
And your goal is to have the book completed and ready to print by that date, right?
Yeah, it's ready, and will likely print during the end of the campaign or during the in demand stage. So people still have the opportunity to place orders before we send everything out.
And roughly how far do you think you are in production presently?
Right now,
Yeah.
for Perfect 10, well, we still need about 10 pages, I think. So most is done, because everything that is done is already colored, it's already lettered.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Wow. Holy cow. So roughly just 10 more pages of pencils, inks, colors, letters.
Yeah, we are behind schedule a little bit because of personal issues.
Oh, all right.
But I have no worries that we'll get it done in time.
Fantastic. Yeah, like I said, it's a good looking book, and that's what Page One Comics also mentions. Book is looking good. Yeah, pretty excited about this one. I don't want to miss out this time around. And I'm definitely going to have to take advantage of getting the add-on for book one. So I have them both. Pretty darn exciting. Welcome, Greg Levitra.
Hey, Greg.
Hey. Welcome, Well, thanks for sharing the eggplant. Appreciate you. Was there by chance any other additional pieces you wanted to share today? Any other interiors, maybe?
Well, I did spoil you already with what's on Indiegogo today, and
that's true. Yeah, we did.
You know, it's very easy to spoil something, and I'm really eager to show people stuff, but I have to hold back right now. In 1 month, when the campaign launches, I will put on some new material so people can get excited about that.
Resist the temptation.
Yeah. Or I'm like, oh yeah, this page, and check this page out, and this is a cool page, and I show you everything. You know.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Man. Yeah, so get in on the sign up list, everyone. You'll get this exclusive print for the campaign by Clayton Barton.
Yeah.
This has it showcases Perfect 10 and American Bliss. Another.
Do we need to show it again on full screen?
Oh, sorry, just a sec. Yeah, please.
We can do that. I'm tech savvy. There we go.
Yeah, this is real nice.
Bam!
I like this.
Man, that's great. I can't stop looking at that.
I like it.
Yeah, so people can only get this print during this campaign. Right on.
And in addition to that, you also get there's these exclusive free pre-launch freebies. Everyone who signs up receives a mystery Perfect 10 print with their order, and an Indiegogo exclusive digital mini comic, Pure of Heart. Drawn by Dave.
Pure of Heart. It's like manga, but it's not manga. You know, you can see it's drawn by someone who doesn't know manga, but I did my best. So.
Yeah, I mean, based on the cover alone, it looks good. It looks really good. Yeah, so some great campaign pieces. It really looks good. When before or while you're live, do you plan on having like a promo trailer or something like that?
Yeah, I'm planning on a trailer. I've been talking with someone to do the voice for 10 for a trailer.
Oh, nice.
But we still have to build that. So I have to find time to make that, and maybe I can even put it on the pre-launch page. So I hope I can get that finished soon.
Very cool. Very
It's
cool.
a lot of work, man. So,
Oh yeah.
trailer.
Oh yeah. I'm a big fan of promo trailers. I know not everyone is, but I am. So there's that.
Yeah, some people don't even watch it, but I know maybe it does sell a few more books, and it gives a little extra professionalism to your campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
This one creator showed me his campaign, and he was describing to me how he was looking at the analytics, and the analytics for his Indiegogo campaign showed that his backers were looking over like the first 1 or 2 paragraphs of the story. They weren't even looking at the promo trailer. And when it came to backing, virtually everyone was only backing at the featured tier, or the majority of people.
Yeah.
So they focused, basically, his backers were focused on the very top of the campaign, which was interesting to me. I tend to look at things with a more thorough perspective. I try and compare all the different perks and tiers and figure out how they differ from one another, what kind of swag I want to get, whether I want to get take advantage of original art. And, as I mentioned before, I'm a big fan of the promo trailers. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I guess what it comes down to is, for me, more is more.
More is more. Okay. Yeah. You don't want to put too much on it.
Right.
You have to put things there that shows immediately what the book is.
Yes.
Is about, and the quality. People want to see the quality. They want to see the page count. That kind of info needs to be on top.
Yes, exactly.
And indeed, the feature tire. I didn't have that the last time, but this time I will.
Cool. I highly recommend it.
And I've learned that every piece of art you put on Indiegogo, you need to watermark somehow, because there are some people who pick that and make a Kickstarter campaign with it.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Oh my gosh!
So I'm careful now.
Man, that is so insane how people can be so bad and evil and misleading to others who don't know.
You work hard to make your thing, to make your book, and it takes years. It takes years to do that, man. And then someone else profits from it, like that. It's insane.
It is truly. So I will give you the floor. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Sure. I'm on Twitter. The handle is Genuine Comics, and I'm on Instagram with the same handle. And people can find Genuine Comics on Facebook. And that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. So and find me on Indiegogo, and sign in for the pre-launch page and get some goodies. So
nice. Welcome, Soul Ion. Another fine book. Enjoyed issue 1 a lot. And
so
another creator on WyzGyz. Yes, please. Cheers, guys in chat. Dang, too late. Oh well, I'll check the replay. Yeah, please do. It's definitely a good looking book, and since you were in on issue 1, you'll undoubtedly enjoy issue 2. You can find me on Facebook, MeWe, YouTube under WyzGyzEntertainment, Twitch under WyzGyz Twitches, Twitter under WyzGyz Tweets, and if it survives, WyzGyzParlers under Parler. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Mark the bell and indicate all notifications, so hopefully you don't miss a single video or stream. And drop some comments down below this video and let us know what you're most excited about on Perfect 10 issue 2. Thanks for dropping the links, mods. Appreciate it. Thanks to everyone in chat for hanging with us and keeping us company as we checked out this awesome campaign. If you haven't already, be sure and sign up for the mailing list. Definitely get in on this awesome these bonuses, extras, and this is for sure going to be a popular book. And thanks to everyone who watches this on replay, and thanks especially to our very special guest, Dave Brink.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you having you on. I hope to have you on many more times in the future. And let's close this out.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, go on, y'all. See you on the next stream.
Final guest is the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube translation. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.